Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. Alright, so we're gonna do a video on how to get your car or truck or whatever vehicle you have started if you have the situation where you have a no crank, no start and the battery is good. So I had this situation a couple of days ago where my truck was working fine. There's no issues whatsoever. I haven't had an issue with my truck for quite a while. Last time I had an issue with my truck was maybe like about a year ago when I swapped out the battery. Haven't had issues since, but that day I was driving around, no problem, and stopped at the Home Depot, got a couple of things, popped it in my truck, was all ready to go back home and then try to start it. It was nothing. Tried to start it, had power, and heard actually I didn't hear anything. Actually, there was no rapid clicking, there was no slow crank, there was nothing, no click, nothing. All right, try to start it a couple of times, all the lights flashed up on the dash, nothing after that. So basically at that point I was thinking, well, there is a possibility that it could be the battery if the battery is like really drained, or maybe the alternator wasn't charging up the battery enough or something like that. I don't know, but obviously in the situation the first thing you're going to do is probably check the simplest thing. It's a no crank, no start, so that means that can mean a couple of things. It could mean a starter, a relay, any of those things, maybe the battery terminal, ground wire, etc. So basically I looked at the battery, and the battery seemed to be good. The terminals were clean and tight. If you guys have this problem, you definitely want to check your battery to make sure that the battery is in good condition. All right, most batteries last for like 3 to 4 years, and then after that, you know, they could go bad at any time. If you guys have dirty terminals or loose terminals, you definitely want to clean up the terminals and tighten them up. And that's been like a cause of a lot of issues with a lot of people having not enough power to crank the starter. But this wasn't the case. Now I had one of these 12-volt battery alternator testers that I bought from the Home Depot. I'm not sure whether I did a review on one of those or not. Maybe I did, I'm not quite sure, but they go for like $6-7 or whatever. They're pretty simple. You plug it into your lighter, and essentially it tells you the health of your battery. Very simple, not anything complicated or not, you know. It has you know, battery good, bad, okay, and then alternator. So basically I plugged that in, and it read that the battery was good. It was at the good mark. The battery was good. So at that point I just pretty much X'd out the battery being the issue. Probably wasn't the battery that was the issue, so I X'd that out. Now obviously, if you're in this situation, you don't know too much about cars, you're probably gonna go down the list of things that could possibly cause it. It's not gonna be the alternator. I guarantee you that it wasn't the alternator, because normally if you have an alternator issue, it'll die on you on the road or with the engine running. This wasn't the case. It was parked for about 45 minutes and it wouldn't start. So here's how I got it working. I looked at the fuse box. and the fuse box had obviously fuses and relays and all that stuff. I was thinking it might be something electrical. I didn't think that it was the 5-key remote battery. A lot of times that's a simple fix. If you guys have this situation, most of the time that occurs only when you get a crank no start issue, but this is a no crank no start issue. So I had to look at the fuses and relays, crossing my fingers that it was one of those things that it was pretty simple to fix. All right, so I was looking at the fuses. I couldn't make out whether any of the fuses were blown or not. I was looking at it by eyesight. It didn't seem that any of the fuses had issues, so I skipped that. All right. Immediately I was thinking it could probably be the starter or the starter relay. All right. Normally what happens is you would hear a click. If it was the starter that had issues, you would hear a click and then nothing else. So basically what I did was I actually had the I was trying to listen for the click with the cover off the fuse box. If you guys have this situation, probably best if you guys actually have somebody else listen to where your starter relay is and pretty much turn the key to listen to a click. Have somebody listen to a click. If you hear a click, it's probably not the relay. Normally the click is pretty distinct. You turn the key, or if you have push start, you push it and then you would hear a click or something like that. But most of the time you would, but I didn't hear a click in that situation. I did not hear a click in that situation. So basically here's how you can figure whether it's the relay or not, whether you can test it out. It's pretty easy to test out. Now I've seen videos where people will rig like a wire at some point on the relay and then run the wire to the positive line just to kick start it. I'm gonna skip all that for you guys because there's a simpler way to do it. All right, you guys want to find where the starter relay is. All right, instead of like rigging it up with wires or whatever, because you could probably blow out your fuse box. Probably blow out your fuse box if you do that. So here's what you do. All right, what you guys want to do is you guys want to look at another relay. Like there's bound to be another relay that's connected to another component of the vehicle that's not something that's integral to starting or running up the vehicle. All right, the blower motor relay. The blower motor relay is a pretty good relay. A lot of times the blower motor relay is actually the same amperage as the starter relay. Well, whichever relay you pick out, it's got to be the same amperage, A, and B. Just make sure that it's nothing integral to the starting of the vehicle or integral to the running of the vehicle once it starts up. Obviously the blower motor relay is not integral to the running of the vehicle. If you swap it out, take the relay out, obviously you're not going to have the blower motor working. The AC might work, but the blower motor might not work. The blower motor will not work because the relay is not in there. So basically, so you take one of those relays and you swap it out. All right, and then you try to start it, which is what I did. I tried to start it after I swapped it out, and it started up. At that point, I knew that it was the relay that's the problem. I was able to drive to AutoZone. It was like a block away. Got the relay, popped it in, and it's been working great ever since. So if you guys are looking at these videos where some guy is trying to rig up the relay to try to start the vehicle, you guys might need to do that if you guys don't have any other option as far as a similar relay. But if you guys can get to the Auto Parts Stars or some AutoZone, Advanced Auto, one of these places that sells the relay, just buy the relay and swap it out if you guys think it's the relay that's the problem. But best case scenario, if you guys stuck and you guys want to get your vehicle started, just swap out the relay, guys. Look at the relays, look at the numbers of the relay, the amperage, and etc, etc. There's bound to be at least one relay in there that's not integral to the starting of the vehicle or the running of the vehicle after it's started, that you guys can swap out and then just use that as your substitute relay until you guys actually are able to just drive to to the auto parts store and get that relay and swap it out. You guys, you know, if you guys aren't good with electronics or wiring stuff, probably shouldn't be trying to, you know, you guys really want to do the easiest thing and not risk blowing the blowing the fuse box, the tip-in, or whatever else it's called. But anyway, that was how that situation got fixed. If you guys have your own personal situation with this, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. It might help somebody else out. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Appreciate your time, guys. All right, take care.